what's your love language with camera gear? It wasn't clickbait. I know a lot of you will accuse me of that, but it's true. We all have our thing that we love, and we have to figure that out. That's hard for some people, and really they're trying different gear because they're either bored with it or something new comes out from a new system. You think, oh wow, that's kind of cool. I really like to get into that system. And I notice this a lot because I can buy used gear off of MPB or KEH that's like brand new and never used. I've bought camera bodies with 300 acquisitions on them. I'm just like, because they'll buy something and try it and find out, well, this didn't do anything for me. And they'll go to another system. And it happens a lot today because we don't know what we're looking for. And you have to figure out what you're looking for in camera gear. Or in this whole industry of photography. For me, it's color science. I'm a heavy color science guy right now because, I've been through it all throughout the years. And in the beginning of digital, you didn't have a choice. You just took what they had and that was it. And when we were in the film days before digital, there weren't photographers going, well, I use Canon, it's better because of this, or I use Nikon because it's better because of this. There was never any of that. Our competitions were with our actual images. Like you'd look at Bob Smith's photo of the football game we were shooting going, fuck, it's good. We didn't give a shit what he shot it with. Honestly, like it didn't matter. It wasn't the camera that made that image. It was Bob Smith that took that incredible shot that you missed. So the competition was actual skill back then, not what camera gear you had. And it comes up, as this channel grows, there's obviously more and more people on here. And, I posted a video about the Sony the other day and, well, Canon has this color and I didn't wait around for Sony to get it right in this and like all these different, and I'm like, do you hear yourselves? Like, it doesn't matter what I shoot versus what you shoot. It's the end image that matters. If that's what the end game is with this. If it was just who has the best gear or what my camera can do versus what your camera can do, the photos wouldn't even be shown. It wouldn't matter. Think about that for a minute. It kind of drives me a little nuts. But I want you to figure out what your love language is with gear. Like, what are you looking for? Some people, it may be, I want the most perfect lenses, the most perfect quality glass I can possibly get. And that's what it is for you. Or it could be, I want the most ergonomic camera that fits in my hand like it's an extension of me. Oh. You got to figure out what your love language is in gear. Then you can make great photos and you won't be switching every other day. We don't get to do this many times in life with other things, but with camera gear, you really do have to figure everything out. You can't listen to other people say, this camera is better than yours because of this. Well, for them, that may be the end all. I see a lot of people saying, yes, it's only this many megapixels, but if I use pixel shift, I can get this out of it. When have you used pixel shift last? And how did it work out for you? I never had an answer for that. The feature set, it may be a camera that has every feature you could possibly want. Maybe that's your love language. Who knows? It's up to you. But for me, it's when I pull up the images on the computer screen and I get the depth and the look that I want. That's what matters to me. I'll deal with the camera's quirks or imperfections every day of the week if that final image speaks to me. And that may not be your love language. You may want that absolute perfect autofocus, or you may want 100 megapixels. It's completely up to you, but you have to figure that out. And, and I'm saying this because I do get so many comments on, hey, whether I'm using Sony, whether I'm using Leica, whether I'm using Olympus, everybody has a comment about the gear versus the images. No one ever says, my camera can shoot a better image than yours because your image looks like this. It has nothing to do with the images that the comments that I get. It's always the gear. Mine's better because, or why would you buy that because? Think about that. Everybody's different. everybody has different tastes and different needs. And especially with this, I mean, if we get down to the nitty gritty of photography, it is about that final image. And what is the final image that you're looking for? I mean, it's okay if you're just a gearhead and just love using cameras. The imaging doesn't matter to you. You just enjoy the equipment, the gear. That's what, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But going after other brands because your brand does this or your lens does this versus what my lens does, it really doesn't matter. It's because everybody likes something different. Does that make sense? So please, figure out what you love. Figure out what talks to you with your gear. Figure out what you need, and there'll be a lot less of new gear for sale on MPB and KEH and everywhere else. That's my rant for the day. I hope this helps.